into Buckeye State. The Ohio State Buckeyes have traveled into town to take on the Bowling Green Falcons. NCAA Division I men's soccer getting ready to go here at Cochran Stadium alongside Chris Black. I'm Brandon Lowe. Chris, another perfect night for some fall soccer.
Oh, what beautiful weather, and just cooled off just slightly, so it's not quite as hot before. So these players are going to enjoy stepping out on the pitch with a little bit cooler weather just starting, but still a nice warm night. And great weather, not a cloud in the sky from this view.
So the story much different for both these teams coming in. For the Buckeyes, they've started the season fairly hot. They drew in their first match, and the last match they beat Cal Poly 3-0.
Yeah, it's a great win too. So they're sitting with the great shutout coming into this game. And the interesting one right there was Wooten, Lawrence Wooten, with the putback after a PK in a game that, I'll tell you what, how often do you see someone rise up after that mistake, feeling that pressure, they make the mistake in a PK, it doesn't go in, and they're able to tuck it away like he did. So credit to him getting back on that scoring ledger after getting stopped in a PK.
Then on the other side for Bowling Green, it was a trip to Chicago this past weekend. They took on DePaul and Loyola. They drew a match, and then they dropped one to the Ramblers. But Eric Nichols, he said he thought the team played well, but they're definitely looking for that first victory here tonight against the Buckeyes.
Yeah, all the way to the 88th minute before they gave up that goal really late. Brandon Graves made a first really good save, but the deflection was tucked away. Obviously, they're going to talk about things like that. It's got to be collapsing back to the goalkeeper. Sweep that up after your keeper makes the first save. Be there for the second one. He did his job. You do yours. A little bit better team defending to clean it up. But so tough. 90 minutes, you almost got there. Just short.
You mentioned one of the keepers there for Bowling Green. It'll be Brendan Graves, the junior out of Perrysburg. And then on the other side, it'll be Keegan McLaughlin for the Buckeyes, the 6'4 senior from Zanesville.
See a little bit of a difference in height. About 4 inches, depending on how much they added in. Maybe one team adds a couple inches, one doesn't. Well, you never know, I guess, to be fair. But big frame on one side. And if you're from this area, you got to see a lot more. Brendan Graves, Toledo Villa during the summertime. Got to see him get a lot of extra looks through there. Know how good he is in the air. Plays well above his size.
Bowling Green going to go upfield very quickly. Tangled up on the side there. And the kick was too far forward for Eli Shope. It'll be a throw in quickly for Ohio State. They'll go to the back line. Bowling Green going to keep the pressure up. Ball in the middle. Played down by Sergi Martinez. Masters got a little piece of it. Lofted forward. McLaughlin comes out to it from the byline. So it looks like Keegan McLaughlin going to send everybody forward for Ohio State. He'll play it out just beyond the 18. Sent all the way forward up to the forward line. Ball still in the air, and it will go out of play into the Ohio State bench before anybody can bring it to the ground.
That was really interesting on that long ball from McLaughlin. You've got really two targets on that ball trying to play off each other. One try to win the ball in the air, the other one gets sprung. Kind of grouping those high players together for Ohio State. Be interested to see if that keeps happening, if that's something that they're going to do all game long, or if that's just a one-up try.
Back here to McLaughlin again. The Buckeyes will retreat. Played out into the center circle. Apanonu goes all the way up top. Anaya on the ground outside.
It's going to be pulled back. AR had his flag up when Apanonu went up for the ball. Got undercut just a little bit. Bowling Green side disappointed a little bit. They wanted the advantage and keep going forward. Just to the left of your camera view right in there. You saw Coach Nichols, I'll call him his son. Coach Eric Nichols walking away after talking to that fourth official. Hey, I'm going to guess he said, hey, we'll take that advantage next time if that happens again.
Jensen Lacasco after the ball. The Buckeyes take it away. They'll try to go to work up that right side. And now they'll bring it back to the back. In between their two center backs, Nathan Denian. Played forward, Apanonu there. Now Jensen Lacasco. Couple of touches, pass off to the outside. Amir Didic. And now back and forth for possessions. Anthony Samways. There's Demian again. Apanonu gets it for Bowling Green. He'll go back to Graves. And Graves will have to play it away quickly under pressure. Throw in coming for Ohio State. Throw in going to be taken by Samways. He'll go back to Demian. They'll play a game of back and forth, deflected, out of play by Eli Shope. Ohio State having a hard time with Bowling Green's pressure right now. Demian and Samways will try once again. In an interesting spot there, Ohio State, it seems like right now they've got to go to the right side to get it across midfield, because when they've had it over here on the left towards us on the press box side, Bowling Green's continued to push them back towards McLaughlin.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting looking at the way that Bowling Green's playing with a 3 center back system anyways. Eli Shope, who spent a lot of time at outside back in the USL 2 division this summer getting used to there, did such a nice job. See this try here. And he's so accustomed to dealing with that pressure as attackers. It might just be on Bowling Green's right side. You've got a guy that's very comfortable playing the back. He's able to sit in a little bit, be that fourth back on this right side. That could be something to it, or it might just be, as of so far, having a bad luck run of it on this side, near side of the pitch for us.
Chris Dowling was the one that took the shot that went well high of Brennan Graves and that net behind him. Ohio State going to try again. Bowling Green, Cusimano to the ball. They'll go back to Apanonu. Pressured there, but creative. He creates space. That's one thing that Joey Apanonu is really good at.
Yeah, we were talking off air before the game about it a little bit. He's a player that in high school played much more advanced up the field, sitting in front of that back, in front of that top line, maybe just in front of that back line. So accustomed to have his foot on the ball. Same thing in the club side for Pacesetter Soccer Club locally here up in Sylvania. So often he's on that ball. And a lot of those guys, they get to a collegiate setting and they're so comfortable on the ball, and what a luxury to have a guy with his size, his athleticism, his smartness on the ball, that he can move that ball around with his feet, deal with it under pressure, and be a part of the attack, not just a defender trying to knock the ball long.
Demian going to go forward again, but out of play. Shope will take the throw in. Shope goes into Anaya. Back and forth. Shope across midfield. Anaya gets control of it once again, trying to go forward for Nathan Masters. A little bit of a different look for Nathan Masters this year than last year, as he had the long golden locks last year. He's cut it up a little bit this year for the Falcons.
And so many of us had our COVID haircuts, and some let it go, and some are still clinging to it just a little bit longer. No pun intended there. I think Shope just tried to steal that one there.
Sometimes it works, not that time.
If the official's got a little bit of a doubt, you go just try to take that ball, keep moving on with it. You never know. Might go.
Demian with it, played forward. Shope gets in front of it once again. A throw in for Bowling Green. So now Shope didn't get the last one. He'll get this one. He's going to look downfield. Jensen Lacasco. Didic now Apanonu. Just outside the 18. Breaks out with a little room to run. All the way forward. Shope again. Toward the middle. Masters has it. Back to Shope. Bowling Green trying to create some space. Shope forward. Finds Cusimano. Cusimano tried to get it back towards the top of that box. Wasn't able to do so on the first effort. And it's picked back off by the Buckeyes.
Too much small ball for too long. Small area, too many little touches. Credit to Ohio State for compressing as much as they did, bringing a lot of pressure to the ball quickly and dispossessing Bowling Green.
Throw in coming for Bowling Green. And that time it was Wooten trying to steal the throw in. Across the field, Josh Erlinson We haven't seen Bowling Green go through the left side yet. But the goal's still the same, to try to press down in to that 18 box and get a shot. And they're getting closer and closer, tripped up just outside the box.
It will be a penalty.
And we're going to get a foul call, and it's going to be a penalty kick for Bowling Green. Just 8 minutes into this contest.
You can see the official. He actually just pointed when he went down, points to the AR, waiting for the AR's call. AR's got a different angle. AR immediately puts his flag up, making that call. Great teamwork by the officials, utilizing each other to make that call, make that decision. You can still disagree with the decision. However, those mechanics in getting there were very good. You see the combination right there. Tight spaces dribbling through. You see right there. Got to imagine Ohio State can't be happy with that. And I could understand why they might not be too excited about that penalty. However, this is where we are.
Buckeyes. They're going to try to turn the table and go quickly upfield. Joachim Jansen turned away by Nedich. Masters goes up, and Aya back to the ball.
He's just amazing at that. Springs his legs, able to win a ball in the air so well.
He's one of those players that when he goes up in the air, it just seems like he floats.
Yeah, he just keeps climbing somehow. Oh, a little higher. Okay, let's go a little higher there. Win that in the air.
Wooten initiated the sequence there for the Buckeyes. Back at the feet of Owen Sullivan right now. Sullivan starting this game after not starting a game ago. He's starting in the place of Sean Ryan, who started on the back line against Cal Poly. Bowling Green looking for a throw in on the far side in front of that Ohio State bench. Into Anaya. Forward again on the outside. Falcons pressing into the box. Try to get it back toward the middle. Deflected, but it'll be a corner kick for Bowling Green. And let's take another look at that save by McLaughlin on the PK by Anaya.
I mean, really slow approach, and then he opens his foot up. You can tell he opens up, which granted, generally speaking, you hit it hard enough and you place it, it's going to go in. The advantage is always to the penalty taker as long as they place it well. But McLaughlin read him really well, whether it's a little giveaway on how he struck the ball or just he made a nice guess. Either way.
Anaya short out of the corner. Buckeyes get to it first. There's Josh Erlinson. Now into the box. Cusimano tried to turn it toward the net. Ohio State doing a nice job at collapsing when they've needed to in the box. Jansen out front for the Buckeyes. Played away by Erlinson. Now up the side, here comes Shope once again. Lacasco into the middle. Wanted to go forward for Eli Shope. Shope has been all over the field. We've seen him in the back. We've seen him out front.
Yeah, he's really kind of broadened his abilities on the field. Pretty much no matter where on the right side he's going to be comfortable, and then we'll see about the left. Even a little bit of center back over the summer as well.
Now Ohio State goes back to Wooten in the middle. Near side once again, they're going to try to work through the left of their formation. Samways has it taken away. Shope back up the side. Lofts back toward the box. And the Buckeyes take it away there defensively once again. Xavier Green, Anthony Samways. Demian on this side as well right now with Wooten. Wooten forward. First one to the ball was Dedich. Anaya now forward into the box and too far forward for Nathan Masters. And a little bit of frustration for Masters there. You could see him put the hands up. I'm over here.
Yep, just a little bit too much of a lead. McLaughlin more confident enough to come off his line, but I mean, it's a good run by Masters. Had to hold up on that, kind of along that onside line where he was. Had to hold his run, so he wasn't able to get really to where that ball was ended up being sent.
Ball Played away by McLaughlin. Apanonu other end. In the 6-3 frame with the vertical. Got the ball first, but Ohio State with possession. Once it returns to the ground, they'll have a throw-in. Dalen Velios threw it in. Across to Owen Sullivan, comes back to Nathan Demian. Sullivan and Demian go back and forth. Now the Buckeyes up the right side. Bowling Green steps in the way. Anaya trying to work through the 2-on-1. The hodgepodge there, and the ball trickles out. Green will go back to the middle. Apanonu. A lot of green space. He'll take it as far forward as the center circle before playing it away. Down into the box. Lacasco was right there. Turned away again. Apanonu again as far forward as he can come. And a foul going to be called on the Falcons.
I mean, Apanonu is a center back, but he still has more wins in the air than the rest of the field combined at this point. And they haven't been all at him, as we saw right there. He went looking for that one to deal with it.
And we talked about his height. We also talked about Keegan McLaughlin with his 6'4" frame. Let's revert back to that penalty kick for just a moment. How much of an advantage does being 6'4" give you, especially when you pick the right direction?
Yeah, if you pick the right direction, you're on it right there. So that's the question from there is the keeper, what are they good at? What are their positive attributes, and how can you make them better at it? If he's not quick of feet, then yeah, you want to go, all right, let's have you try to read the player, try to read where they're going. You know, are they kind of twisting their foot out? What are their hips like? Try to read to it and go for it.
Tanner Creech for the Buckeyes, threatening down in the box. Apanonu able to step in the passing lane, but the Buckeyes will have their first corner kick of the evening.
You actually wonder if the approach is to the battle right there. Oh, yeah. He's fighting. He's not on by. Dedich is not going to let it easy pass right there.
So Ohio State down into the corner. Anthony Samways toward the middle. Bowling Green got to it first. Buckeyes still threatening just outside the box. Back in the middle, Dalen Velios. Back toward the middle, across, backside. And a really good opportunity there for the Buckeyes. And that was the height of Thomas Gile out of Germany.
Yeah, and that was a wonderful ball. You see it like dip right that last second coming across so it can get to the attacking player. Drops right down. And Gile tries to get on frame. It's smart though. You try to knock the ball down at that distance. Get it on frame, knock it down, make it difficult to deal with. You put that back in the air across the goal, that's all the goalkeeper's advantage.
So again in the corner, it'll be Anthony Samways. He'll keep that one on the ground. Toward the middle, Graves goes up to the top of his reach and brings it back in.
Kind of peculiar placement for Graves where he's waiting for that ball. It sounds like there's a scouting report. When they received the ball there, look to the backside of the six for a ball served in.
Bowling Green will try to work up the far side. Out of play, they'll throw in. Into the middle. Lacasco towards the back line. Apanonu just inside the box. Over to Dedich. Dedich towards the front of the pack. Pass to Shope. Shope through traffic. Masters.
Yeah, Masters laid off, then he realized he was offside. Just maybe a second late on the serve. What a great build-up and a great run to get in the position for that run. But we'll see him stray right here, right at that last second. The serve was a little too direct anyways at the end, but of course you're trying to make it so the defender can't get there as well. McLaughlin's shown he's happy to get off his line. So probably something a little more diagonal. Masters could have held his run a little bit longer anyways and outside McLaughlin's reach.
And it was a really good combination from Cusimano and Shope to get that ball into position to even play it forward to Masters.
Yeah, the build-up was great. Sometimes it's just that last ball lets you down, but there's an idea. Just didn't work out. Back to it again.
Apanonu again out of the air. Bowling Green going to try to bring it back towards the ground. They do. Masters underneath of it. Plays it forward along that sideline. Bowling Green back toward the middle. Into the box. Anaya was right there. But so was Nathan Demian to step in the way. Throw in signaled for Bowling Green. Falcons still working down near that corner. Unable to keep it in play. Ohio State will go back on the charge. Thrown forward in traffic. Right back to Bowling Green. And while both teams have had some chances, it's been Bowling Green that has controlled a large portion of the game.
Yeah, they've had a lot more to build up. And part of that too is Ohio State presses across. There it works, right? They collapse that side where the ball is, and they're able to get enough of a block to win it back.
Gile missed touch there, almost fanned on it. Looked like he caught the ground before the ball, and Bowling Green was able to step to it. He'll get another chance out front. Here comes Gile again towards the middle. Played away. And you saw Dedich in there. He was fired up.
He is. You know, you've got center backs. If you've got three center backs, you're going to have some guys that don't mind a little bit of contact. Maybe Crave, you'll see the replay right there. Ball across just outside the reach. Just outside the reach of Joey. So Dedich is in with it. Slide denies the opportunity. Now he's got a chance to win it again in the air.
Dalen Velios. And I thought it was Anthony Samways that took the corner earlier, but indeed it was Velios. He'll go to this side as well. Played toward the middle. In traffic. Nice job by Eli Shope to keep it out of the net. Buckeyes fire back once again. Falcons hold strong. Ball still down near the box. Over the top of the crossbar. Gile almost got ahead on one, but just over the bar. A good stand by Bowling Green.
Yeah, it looks like two goal line saves. You saw Shope on the near side post to us. That's a great redirect. Clean off the post there by Eli Shope. That's why he's there. Dangerous ball back in. Out again. Maybe not pressuring the ball fast enough because then Ohio State gets a third try at it. A little bit too free right there. You'd like one of those big center backs to have a body on him so he can't get a free look at the goal from that distance.
Samways back to McLaughlin. Buckeyes will try to spread out. Masters takes a couple of steps toward McLaughlin before he plays it away. It'll go down to Dedich at the other end and into the box for Brennan Graves. Graves quickly back toward the middle. One end of the field to the next, just like that. Now in the middle of battle for possession, goes to Ohio State. Owen Sullivan on the outside, again back to Sullivan, now forward. On the far side, Apanonu closes in, keeps it on the ground, kept it in for the moment, but a touch with the right foot sends it out of play. It'll be another throw in for the Buckeyes. Ohio State near the corner, on the ground, into the box. Lacasco was there. And a foul going to be called. think it was Chris Dowling that was called for the foul. As Graves plays this one away. Reminder to download the BCSN Now app today. Available in the App Store and on Google Play to live stream your favorite local teams. Jansen went back to Demian. Demian and Samways, as we've heard so many times tonight. Sullivan, back to McLaughlin they go. Cusimano pressured a little bit there. McLaughlin had to get it away quickly. And that might have been the first time Apanonu didn't win the ball, and he was called for the foul as well. Owen Sullivan just inside the Ohio State portion of midfield.
Nathan Masters makes friends everywhere if you've been watching. He's trying to do his best to be a pest. The last one, I don't know if that was well earned or not, but I think it's just the overall frustration level he brings sometimes to people. Doing his job.
Jansen back to Wooten. Wooten going to go across to Sullivan. Sullivan forward on that far side. Dowling once again has it taken away. Throw in coming for Bowling Green. In the middle, Lacasco. Back to Didic. Didic now to Show. Lacasco back across, now through the left side of the formation. Josh Erlinson forward. Redirected by Sergi Martinez. Apanonu back to Erlinson. Wooten takes it away in open space for Ohio State. Back up front, Jansen once again. He'll have to get around Didic. Nice cut to the inside. A nice job by Didic to poke it away. Now he'll go on a run all the way forward. He gets it back. On the ground. In the middle towards Anaya. Alberto Anaya. Into the middle. Cusimano outside to Shope. Shope lofts it towards the backside of the box. Masters was in the middle. Ohio State waiting to make a change, but it'll be a throw-in for the Falcons.
Looking for a long throw. Really the only question here about, are they going right into the six, or are they going to try to do an early flick, which where Joey Apanonu is. I think they're going to try to get a flick on in front of the goal. Well defended by Ohio State.
Gile was in the way. They tried to do just what you said. But Thomas Gile, he's also 6'3", so Joey Apanunu isn't the only one with the height advantage. Wooten brings it back down to the grass.
I mean, if this breaks out in a basketball game, they may not have a low post game that's just over the top, but I'll tell you what, there's enough guys out there that can bang a little bit underneath the glass to make this interesting.
Jensen Lacasco forward. Cusimano plays it to the outside. Shope wanted to go back down low, too much on it for Bowling Green to be able to get back to it. Now Ohio State will make that change. Parker Grinstead will come in for Chris Dowling. Parker, one of the Ohio natives, but one of the really interesting things when you look at these teams and you look at the rosters on paper, there's players from 10 different countries in this match. On these two teams, 10 different countries represented in this game. That's wild.
Yeah, that is amazing. There's all, I don't know, I'm seeing all sorts of little sidebars, but that one is really impressive. And what experience for anyone that's on a team. They're a little multicultural to the extreme, really. Get some nice lessons, and soccer is a global game as it is. It's really no surprise if it's a sport that's going to be happening like this. It's going to be soccer.
You've got every North American country. You've got the United States, Canada, Mexico. And then worldwide, you've got Germany, Norway, England, Somalia, Brazil, Spain. Just a wide variety of players all over the pitch. McLaughlin goes up to get that one, as the Falcons had what appeared to be a chance off the foot of Jensen LaCasco.
And on the other side, you've got St. John's with 4 kids from Toledo St. John's High School. And the real fun fact, number 30, Tanner Creech's dad used to wear the same kits that Bowling Green State University ordered, because the only way to get orange or brown, unless you're Cleveland Browns, was to order them together. Sylvania Southview and Bowling Green had to order their shirts together for volleyball and soccer. So that all long sleeve jerseys, orange and brown. Luckily, they all retired them a long time ago. It's a real bizarre little. I think they're Cannon back then, or Peter Green. I think the jerseys back in the day in the late 80s. Sorry, Danny. Late 80s, early 90s. I'm sure his brother or his Uncle Ryan's here as well.
Jake Burgeon and Trace Terry in for Bowling Green. I believe it's Anaya and Masters that will get a rest for the moment. Approaching 30 minutes into the contest. Of course, 90-minute game split down into 45-minute halves, approaching 15 minutes remaining here in the first half. On the outside, Sullivan had to slide to get in front of the ball. Played out, Bowling Green throws downfield quickly. Turn forward, taken back away. Wooten in front of it. He'll play it back to Apanunu. Into the middle, hard pass. Shope has it once again on the outside. Back to Dietich she goes. Apanonu using that space. That was Grinstead backing in front of it. All the way forward, Buckeyes into the box. Chance here, Bowling Green trying to keep him off the board, into the box. Nice job by Dietich once again. Excellent closure by Amir Dietich. And here's another look.
Ooh. I think he had him beat to the end line, pulls it back. It's time for Dietich to come through and clean it out.
It was Jansen who tried the shot, and then after the ball went out of play, it was Luciano Coda coming in for the Buckeyes. So both teams keeping fresh legs into the contest. And Bowling Green playing with a little bit larger of a bench. Ohio State a little beat up to start the year. But Bowling Green, when I talked to Coach Nichols and asked him, I said, is there anybody that won't play? He's like, not that I know of.
There you go. Now you know you've got the opportunity then now, kids. If you didn't get in this game, keep working. Coach is watching.
Into the box off the corner. Ohio State puts it back on the ground. Lofted in. And over the end line. Demian.
Oh, Trace Terry wasn't that far away from running that ball down. Nice breakaway situation. If he could have pulled it off. Closed quickly.
Brenna Graves puts it down. Well across midfield. Out of play, a throw in for Bowling Green. Cusimano was right in there again. Shope looking upfield, wanted to go to Cusimano. The pocket that he was in collapsed. Now he'll try to throw farther forward. Indeed, a good look for the Falcons. Sergi Martinez back toward the middle. Cusimano outside. The Falcons try a shot. McLaughlin in front of it. Some pretty good passing in the box by Bowling Green right here.
His patience is try to find a situation that fit what they're looking for, but in the end, just not enough of a strike to it right at McLaughlin. He's already a big target anyways. He doesn't need help getting hit by a ball. He's already taken up a good portion of that goal.
Apanonu goes to the ground, fouled as he went up in the air to get it. Foul will go on Borkovich. Bowling Green threatening again down near the box. They've been able to get it there very quickly. Out into the middle, Lacasco. Falcons have it back on the outside. Tangled up near the side. Wooten signals Buckeyes ball. Indeed it is. Throw in goes to Sullivan. Wanting to go forward, Apanonu again. It seems repetitive, but it has been.
Yeah, you could tell he grew up back in the day when the U.S. soccer didn't limit heading to U12 soccer. Got no fear, phenomenal technique anyways, and obviously it's a good part of mentality, right? He's got that desire to win that ball.
Sergi Martinez handling the ball up the side. And although both teams played on, it was out of play. So it'll get brought back to in front of the Buckeye bench. Braden Durbin in for Thomas Gile. All the way upfield. Bowling Green able to step in front of it. Sun continuing to set here. Wooten back to Demian. Shope puts a foot up in front of it, knocks it out of the air. Xavier Green to it, back toward the middle. Here comes a chance. And Borkovich slid over the ball. Looks like he may have just lost his footing. Shope coming back forward for the Falcons. He's knocked to the ground. Wooten takes over. Wooten back across. Velios. And Bowling Green has it once again. Trace Terry toward the middle. Demian deflects away again. Didic has it near side. Lofted forward. Cusimano once again. Cusimano gets assistance from Shope. Shope trying to get it. And just over the line. Not able to get to it. Just a step behind. And Bowling Green going to make another change. Marco Rimac enters the fray. The past couple minutes, this game has been a lot more back and forth than we saw at the beginning of the contest.
Yeah, it really has. For a while, Bowling Green was having their way with it, and then you get the 3 chances, including 2 goal line saves from Ohio State off a corner kick. It's a little free flowing back and forth. Remac's high school team, St. Ignatius, just in town this past weekend. Won the Jesuit Cup for the 57th year straight, I think is what it was. Not sure about it. I think that's why I overheard. I'm not going to tell you who they beat what by, but it was definitely 14-0 combined between the two schools that shall not be named in that game. Mike McLaughlin, what an amazing job him and those players over the years have done, putting St. Ignatius in the situation they are to really develop great players.
Apanonu able to reverse it back the other direction. Anthony Samways on the end of it. Xavier Green steps back toward the middle, trying to create some space for himself. Outside he goes to Grinstead. Now the ball returns to the right foot of Demian quickly before it goes to Wooten. Wooten lofted forward. Dakota was there. But they reset with Sullivan. Buckeyes will have to build out of the back again. Don't know that there was any contact there when Samways went to the ground.
Yeah, it's almost like, hey, I don't want them to feel bad for falling down. So I got to blow the whistle now.
Braden Durbin goes up to get it. Back and forth touches in the air. Now it comes to the ground for the first time in a while. Outside they'll go to Samways again. Samways forward. Didic and Pacoda were there. It'll be a throw in for Ohio State. Marco Remack wanted to go to Martinez. They exchanged a couple of words after some miscommunication. On the far side, Ohio State trying to get it back into the box. Apanonu shuts the door again. On the ground, back out towards midfield. Sullivan. Demian. Now Samways. Anthony Samways through the middle, back outside. Xavier Green. And over the line. And now the Bowling Green student section has built up quite a population down there. They were quick. They were quick to try to let the officials know, hey, he's over the line.
Well, you got the fifth official contingent down there behind the goal. So, yep, there it is right there. But Amir Didic did such a nice job of planning his tackle because he didn't want it to go in too hard right inside the box there. Tries to get him at the edge of the box, so he's just a little bump. But in the end, it drove the ball just past the end line.
Andrew Schaefer, another one of the Bowling Green freshmen, has checked in. So he'll get some boots on the ground here for Bowling Green in their home opener. And we got a whistle. Ball going to come all the way back. So a foul was the call, and I think it was against Braden Durbin.
You know it's a nice turf. If all they do is just spin the ball and let it sit there. Credit to the crew here for still pushing the natural grass field, doing a wonderful job keeping it going.
Of course, it is still the first day of September.
Oh, don't ruin it for me.
Come back in November.
Hey, we got a lot of rain a couple days ago. I mean, luck's not like a tree in the middle of the field after Monday's wind.
Under 5 minutes to play now here in the first half. Owen Sullivan, a lot of room to creep forward toward the ball. Touches quickly across. Demian. To Samways again. Back to Graves it goes. Apanonu goes down. And a foul can be called. and you could see he came up looking for it. It was a little delayed, but indeed it was there.
Yeah, you wanted, officials have headsets on, so that could have just been a check between the four of them. You're going to call it. Yeah, because Joey stops. Joey knew what he was doing. He stopped. He's got every right to stop right there, and you saw the Ohio State player lean into him.
Dedich back to Graves. Graves outside Apanonu. All the way forward. Trace Terry almost had a piece of it, but Demian, who's played that back line very strong tonight, continues the same. Lawrence Wooten pushes forward for Ohio State. He'll get it back forward in the middle. Ohio State will have a throw in here with just over 2 minutes to go. Half number one. Winding down. Bowling Green another takeaway. Ohio State gets it right back. Wooten toward the box. He'll get it back just outside the 18. Outside he goes. Samways has it just inside the corner. Creates some space. Tries to take a shot. And a nice job once again by Cusimano. Went to the ground. Got in front of it.
Indirect kick there. It's just dangerous play. He's still fighting to get to the ball. You see Joey Apanonu wants to go fast. Ohio State not letting it happen. We'll see the replay right here. The deflection. Oh, what a great deflection there. Well timed. So there's been a little extra space on this side since Eli Shope's come out. It's been a good amount of space for Ohio State to be able to attack into. So maybe something to look at if it's a personnel thing or just a system, because not everyone's a plug-and-play player for the same exact way a teammate plays.
Both players backpedaling ferociously there before the ball was brought back to the ground. A little bit too far for Bowling Green. Sullivan got to it. All the way forward, Apanonu keeps it in the air. And now on the ground, back to Graves. Graves across. Dedich back to Graves. Apanonu across. Dedich once again. Forward to Cusimano. Back into the middle, Lacasco.
They have to go vertical in a hurry if they want to do anything, but that ball out of bounds, that about ends that.
And that will likely be the end of the half. Indeed it will. Samway's not going to make a play with it. A 0-0 score as we head to the break. McLaughlin and Graves have kept it clean thus far.
Fall fun made easy. That's totally Target.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yup. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently with expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here, and here? Not yet. But down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, or overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond the expected.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
And now, a short meditation for this crypto winter. I am calm like a mountain lake. I use Coinbase, the largest publicly traded crypto exchange. The exchange that's based in the US and has a world-class security team and protects my funds 24/7 and has over 10 years of experience weathering crypto cycles like this one. Coinbase, the most trusted crypto exchange.
What if you were a global bank who wanted to supercharge your audit system? So you tap IBM to unsilo your data and start crunching a year's worth of transactions against thousands of compliance controls with the help of AI. Now you're making smarter decisions faster, operating costs are lower, and everyone, from your auditors to your bankers, feels like $1,000,000. Let's create smarter ways of putting your data to work. IBM, let's create.
Fall faves made easy. That's totally Target.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Here we go! Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
Took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And
The crowd, a pretty large turnout here at Bowling Green for tonight's game against the Ohio State Buckeyes. In a 0-0 game at half, and it started maybe in favor of Bowling Green, and then it's been a lot of back and forth, but all in all, a really good match, and we're just still scoreless.
Yeah, still scoreless. I mean, we even had a PK opportunity, 2 goal line saves in the same sequence on the other side. So more than a chance for both teams to score. They just decide they want to keep the drama going until halftime.
Indeed, they do. Activities taking place all over the field here. A competition between the other student athletes taking place out in the Bowling Green box toward the student section end. But we'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll head to second half action right here at Cochran Stadium in Bowling Green.
Fall vibes made easy. That's totally Target.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
With the intelligent control of all-wheel drive and the power of a 2.5-liter turbo engine, there's no limit to the places the 2022 Sorento can take you, and to the stories waiting for you when you get there. The world's first storytelling machine, the 2022 Sorento. Kia, movement that inspires.
Work emails, work emails.
We let our work worries run wild and run our lives. So when things get out of hand at work, your team can take back control with Asana. And when work runs smoothly, you're free to focus on all the things that matter instead of just worrying about work. Make work work for you with Asana.
And now, a short meditation for this crypto winter. I am calm like a mountain lake. I use Coinbase, the largest publicly traded crypto exchange. The exchange that's based in the US and has a world-class security team and protects my funds 24/7 and has over 10 years of experience weathering crypto cycles like this one. Coinbase, the most trusted crypto exchange.
With DirecTV, I can get live TV and on demand together. Football, housewives. Football, housewives. Football, housewives.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
The housewives are on the field. I repeat, the housewives are on the field.
I just want to talk!
Who flips the table?
There's the wide frame look at everyone in attendance here, and that's just one side. It's full all the way down to the other end. So a lot of people here when we emphasize that. Good turnout here. But let's take a look right now. Brandon Lowe, Chris Black back with you. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, which was a lot of near scoring, but no scoring.
Oh, so many opportunities that didn't lead to goals. They led to chances, and this is the first one. You don't know if the slow wind-up or just a great reader guess by McLaughlin, but he's on that to deny Bowling Green early with the penalty. He's happy. You can tell how happy he is there. He's letting you know. But Ohio State kept putting the pressure on. Really good defending by the center backs in front of goal, as you'll see literally here later as well. But the center backs especially dealing with balls coming in. Brendan Graves, like I said earlier in the game, he plays so much bigger than he is even. Owns the air. So difficult. Here's it. Goal line save, Eli Show. Goal line save, someone else. Can't tell from that angle. And then a nice service in. Flick just wide of the post again. Defended relatively well, but those opportunities, Ohio State's got to be disappointed they didn't put one away.
The pressure continued for the Buckeyes. They went down toward the box again. Vidic, he made a couple of really good plays down just in or outside that 18.
Yeah, he did. Really physical player, really good body positioning. Even when they tried to cut him along that end line, player beats him just a little bump. Ball goes across the end line, and they don't have to worry about it. It goes the other way.
There's some of the stats for Bowling Green. A couple of shots, both were on goal. But again, the main story is things have been scoreless.
The big thing is the four corners on the Ohio State side. It's amazing. And they didn't finish off them, right?
Yeah.
Some nice ones put in, but those four corners on the Ohio State side, you got to be happy you're getting those opportunities, right? But you got to be disappointed you're not putting them away.
Both teams have had their starting lineups plus 4 additional players in off the bench. So we'll see how many new faces get in the second half and who will go to the bench first. Who will stick with the starters? More action between Bowling Green and Ohio State coming up next, and they're in the distance.
That's the cheap seats, I think.
They're taking it in from Dwight Perry Stadium. The Bowling Green football team headed out to the West Coast to take on UCLA in just 2 days. We'll be back coming up next for the Buckeyes versus the Falcons here on the pitch at Cochran Stadium.
Fall moments made easy. That's totally Target.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yup. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently with expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here, and here? Not yet. But down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, or overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond the expected.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
And now, a short meditation for this crypto winter. I am calm, like a mountain lake. I use Coinbase, the largest publicly traded crypto exchange. The exchange that's based in the US and has a world-class security team and protects my funds 24/7 and has over 10 years of experience weathering crypto cycles like this one. Coinbase, the most trusted crypto exchange.
With the intelligent control of all-wheel drive and the power of a 2.5-liter turbo engine, there's no limit to the places the 2022 Sorento can take you, and to the stories waiting for you when you get there. The world's first storytelling machine, the 2022 Sorento. Kia, movement that inspires.
Philips presents One Blade. Trim, edge, shave. For every style, for your style. Philips One Blade. Your style made simple. Together, we make life better.
Philips.
Fall moments made easy. That's totally Target.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Here we go!
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
Philips presents One Blade. Trim, edge, shave. For every style, for your style. Philips One Blade. Your style made simple. Together, we make life better.
Philips.
Stadium. And there you see the Bowling Green Water Tower in the distance. Crew getting you all the best looks tonight at not only the action on the field, but the scenes off the field. We saw the people taking in the sights at the top of the football stadium. The water tower there, the big crowd at Cochran. It is a perfect night for soccer.
Oh, it's a wonderful night for soccer. It's fun, too. You can see kids all around the stadium wearing their jerseys, whether out of pride for who they play for or the fact they just came from a game. And, of course, you know what's happening at halftime. They're working hard all around the field playing some game. There you go. There's some over there. They're playing something, whether it involves a soccer ball or doesn't involve a soccer ball. They've got games going on.
All the way down from the Stroh Center through the practice fields, the intramural fields, and into the stadium here. And there's a good look at Keegan McLaughlin and the Buckeyes getting ready to go here for the second half. And on the other side, the MACFO Bowling Green Falcons, predicted to win the conference this year.
You know, it's a little extra weight you got to carry, and maybe that's something they got to deal with, right? It's always better to. It's nice to be the one chased if you've already won, but along that race, sometimes a little more fun to chase other people. So that'll be interesting to see how once the MAC gets going, all that runs.
And I got a chance when I was talking this week earlier with Coach Nichols. He said the preseason prediction to win the MAC and being ranked to start the year, he said a lot of that tribute is to last year's team. And he said he owes a big shout out to those guys for what they were able to accomplish. And even this year, even though they're not part of the program, he said the preseason rankings all in part to those guys from last season.
Oh, absolutely. You stand on the shoulders of the people that came before you to get you where you are today. And now it's what can this team do to run with it. But, of course, what do those players instill in their teammates? Because you're only as good as who you practice against on a regular basis as it is. You know, those players that might have moved on by now. They're the ones that have to teach the new kids how to lead. Now it's their chance.
Tanner Creech kicks things off here in half number 2. Aggressive start for Ohio State, but sliding in there is Cale Nichols. 3 Buckeyes beat Anaya to the ball. Nichols and Anaya staying right there. Anaya trying to get in front of it and deflected off him over the end line, so the ball will go to McLaughlin. And McLaughlin going to go ahead and wave everybody forward. Across midfield. Guess who got to it first? Joey Apononu again, picking up in the second half just where he left off the first. McLaughlin right back across midfield, this time away from Apononu, but the ball won by Josh Erlinson. So Ohio State will get a throw in here after it went out of play. Dalen Velios upfield. Erlinson there again. Cale Nichols right there along with Thomas Gillet. Nichols back to it. Out of play. Off of Velios. Bowling Green quickly trying to work upfield. Back to Nichols it comes. Outside. Masters has it. Left foot forward. Falcons go to work down near the corner. Back toward the middle. Nichols on the ground. Masters got to it. Back to Nichols. Out of the net is McLaughlin, but the Buckeyes able to bail out their goalkeeper.
It's a difficult sequence to be involved in as a goalkeeper, especially his size. He's trying to do what he can, but probably commit a little early there, but he's in that situation. He's got to be the one that reads it. He comes out, stuck in no man's land, goes to ground a little early. But credit to the Buckeye defense. They really defended as a block, didn't give a lot of opportunities, and they made Bowling Green have to turn away.
And what created that play was Nichols was taking it on the byline toward the net. McLaughlin came out because it was going right at him, and all of a sudden, Masters out of nowhere jets in and takes it the other direction.
Yep. Yeah, and unfortunately for Bowling Green, again, early chances in a half. Nothing to show for it yet.
Wooten played forward down into the corner. Ohio State trying to create an opportunity of their own. The Falcons turn it away. Back in the middle, Anaya has it once again. Down near side it comes. Captain Cale working it back toward the middle. Works through a 2-on-1. Crafty moves by Nichols. Montgomery tried to get it forward to Masters, and Masters going to be called for the foul. Owen Sullivan there takes an extra moment on the ground. That's because of this right there. And don't think it was the contact, but when he stuck it back into the ground, it looked like just turned the wrong way for him.
Yeah, and really the calls for the reckless type tackle, because, really there's not a lot there in the contact. That's what I thought in real time. Like, there wasn't a lot there, but it's so hard to see so fast. Try to read it as the officials have to. But definitely a dangerous tackle.
Ohio State pressing forward. Tanner Creech now outside. Velios working down near the corner. Lofted to the backside. Jansen trying to run it down. Out of play, throw in Buckeyes. Turn towards Graves. Apononu steps in the way. Gillet comes out to it. Velios once again. Outside, the pass to Xavier Green. Green plays back and forth with Velios. Gillet gets it again. Wooten down to the box, turns back across. And over the head of Tanner Creech. And now Brennan Graves will hop on it
really
as it carried back toward the post.
Great opportunity by Ohio State, really squandered there. They got a player in deep. They managed to pull forward one of the three center backs from Bowling Green, created a huge space to the right side of the goal. They got their opportunity, but I don't know if it's almost like the player got in, wasn't facing the right direction, a little surprised, whatever it was. It's got to be disappointed. Nothing on goal after that.
Bowling Green trying to move forward, far side of the field. Eli Shope lost the ball down near the corner. Into the Falcon bench. Bowling Green will have a throw in. Shope's going to go downfield. Dedich back to Apanonu. Crossed over to Josh Erlinson. Erlinson now to Nichols. Nichols into the box. Masters gets there. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Down near the corner. Bowling Green still with it. Anaya. Into the box. Trying to keep it in. Down near the end, just unable to do so. McLaughlin will play it out. Ohio State will go short this time. Haven't had much success playing the long ball from McLaughlin tonight.
Yeah, and part of that is they keep playing to the center of the park. Joey Apanonu just eats it up. They're going to go long. They need to vary it a little bit. Early in the game, they tried grouping players together. Had a little bit of success for at least finding the targets. Nothing really coming off it yet. But we really haven't seen them try that again.
Sullivan played it away after the pass from Velios. Now the Buckeyes go forward. Down into the box. Pass back toward the middle. And another really strong chance for Ohio State that the finishing pass just hasn't been there.
Yeah, just that last ball is letting them down. For someone to get a chance on. Oh, they get it. Creates a little bit of problem because Bowling Green did a great job of countering out. Actually missed the player that trying to receive that ball and it went right to Nathan Masters' feet, checking back from a high target situation.
Jansen has it for Ohio State, threatening toward the box. Wooten's going to get to it around Graves. And offside going to be the call.
Yeah, high player on the far left side. Always look like he's in an offside position on it. See the build up again as he starts to move forward. He makes his run right in behind. I think Joey was the deep player. Apanonu was the deep player for Bowling Green. AR decided that he was the player that got in behind.
So the chances coming in flurries for both teams. Two back-to-back opportunities for the Buckeyes. The Falcons down into the box. Masters gets knocked down. And the official signals play on. Had that been called a foul, that would have been the second penalty kick opportunity for Bowling Green.
Yeah, it's always really doubtful for getting a second chance. I mean, a foul's a foul, but you know, there's always going to be a little more doubt in making a call if you've already had one PK called for you, especially if you're the type of player that is on the ground a little bit anyways.
Parker Griddenstead going to work with Lawrence Wooten in the middle of that Buckeye formation. Velios back to Wooten. Left foot pass into the box. Dedich does a nice job there to halt play once again. Masters goes up into the air. Velios went down. Ohio State wanting a foul call. Not sure there was much contact. Wooten down near the end line.
It looked like the center was actually kind of signing, you've got the ball, kind of pointing to where the ball was. So I'm not sure if that's going to really solve any arguments from Coach Mazanoff talking about, yeah, it's nice we got the ball going away from the goal. We'll take that set piece 35 yards out, thank you.
And when the Buckeyes have had their chances, Thomas Skile and Lawrence Wooten have been the two that have been the closest. Two players tangled up right in front of the Bowling Green coaching staff. Down they went. Whistle was blown. And the Falcons have the ball just like that. Didic will ring it back around.
Ohio State doing a better job chasing it across. First half, they just pressed one side. Once they're beat, and the Falcon back line really got to that outside back quick. That time, Ohio State chases across. 3 points of confrontation. Joey Appenone, who just plays it right back against the grain, finds an open player in between the lines.
Jansen, the Norwegian, lofts it into the box. Appenone able to play it away. In the middle, Anaya to it. Left foot to midfield, met by Demian. Jansen on the outside once again. Sullivan forward. Velios was there. Appenone running at the ball. Foul called on Tanner Creech. There you see the contact. A little bit of an extension with the arm.
And probably some battles like that back in the Jesuit Cup between those two schools too. Xavier and Toledo St. John's.
Into the box go the Falcons. Guile right there. Ball still inside the 18. Now it comes out. Didic moving in on it. Martinez tries to turn towards the net. Didn't have any help deeper in the box. So a couple of bounces into the hands of McLaughlin.
You can see what he was thinking. He's just going to try to redirect it as he did. Redirect the goal, hold it up a little bit, thought a run would keep going. But Martinez was wrong in that instance. No one continued to run.
Didic forward, finds Shope. Shope and Lacasco went back and forth. All the way forward, far side, toward the middle. Masters trying to get there. Ohio State doing a really nice job at trying to take Nathan Masters out of the equation. Corner kick coming up for Bowling Green. Cale Nichols had the ball. It was deflected away. And this is certainly the end where the Falcons would love to have these set piece opportunities right now. You mentioned the fifth official.
They're all ready to help out.
There's going to be some noise made here as Anaya attempts the corner.
Starfish just trying to calm down the mess of tangled bodies in the middle.
And you mentioned earlier Nathan Masters serves as a pest to other teams.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he might have had a little bit to do with that. Toward the middle, McLaughlin in space just puts the mitts up and brings it down.
Yeah, you imagine that wasn't quite what they had drawn up, that lofted ball up to 6'4" guy that can use his arms and hands. But it doesn't always happen as you draw it up.
Across midfield the other way, Josh Erlinson. Now Alberto Anaya. Cale Nichols trying to get to the ball. And he's going to be called for the foul. And you can feel as time continues to wind away in the second half, almost 15 minutes in now. Here's another look at that contact.
Yep, ended up just calling a throw-in after it all. I think the idea for the official was, you know what? Ohio State player, guy's body in between, shielded off the ball is what it is. Let's go the other way with the throw.
But as time continues to wind down,
I was out of bounds twice and a handling call should have been called in there, but not a good angle for the AR that'll be able to see that. Unfortunately, he's shielded, so he's got to align the center.
the intensity is only going to continue to ramp up for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, you imagine that's got to be the case, and no cards handed out so far.
And, of course, a little bit different this year than last year. Last year there would have been overtime. Double overtime was what these two teams played to last year in an Ohio State victory.
Yeah.
But none of that anymore.
No, that's been a love-hate, but I think most of the coaches all agree. You know what? Less chance of injury that way, fatigue. You know, the way teams can get home, especially as they get longer. And also, you know, you're generally coaching for the 90 minutes. Very rarely are you coaching, all right, let's see if we can get this game into overtime. Maybe in the postseason. Maybe, but.
Ball all the way across to Jansen. Now Guile. Good job there by Martinez to take it away. Only momentarily, though, as Ohio State has it. Between Demian and Sullivan. The center backs for the Buckeyes have done an excellent job this evening. Foul called there.
Coach Eric Nichols.
And one of the things that's unique about both these coaches is Eric Nichols getting to coach his son Cale on the team. Yep. And then on the other side, Brian Mazanoff getting to coach his son Jacob. So both coaches getting to coach their sons at the college level now. How special is that?
Now we have to ask the kids, how special was it? So depends on the day. It depends if we won or lost at home later. I'm happy I lived in the dorms.
Graves will come out to get that one. And it's funny you say that, because when I talked to Coach Masonoff this week, I said, what's that like? He's like, well, I got to coach him for a couple of years when he was 13 and 14.
Yeah, Crew Academy, yeah.
He's like, we were able to coexist a little bit.
Yeah, they had a BG Crew, I think, down here. I think that was where he was coaching them at. That's always a little different.
Bowling Green going to try to go back into the box. Backside, Nichols was too far away to provide any sort of assistance to Nathan Masters. Bowling Green going to try to apply some pressure to the back line. Nichols closing in on Velios. The Buckeyes will get it across to the far side. Halted up front there by Kyle Cusimano. Ohio State to throw in. Bowling Green working it all the way back. All the way back to Graves.
It's a dangerous ball right there.
Forward to Masters. Cusimano. Now back to Shope. There's a try, deflected away by Sullivan. And Sullivan just got the top of the foot out there, and that creates a dangerous ball sometimes.
I tell you what, that first entry ball from Graves, as soon as you can tell, that's going to Masters. You can start to see the build-up. Masters just, again, rising up to receive a ball. So good in there, flicks the ball on. A nice build-up for Bowling Green.
Trace Terry going to come in for Nathan Masters. Apanonu going to take the throw. For Ohio State, Marco Borkovich back in. Anaya comes out to it, tries to turn it back towards the net, fires, and McLaughlin drops down on the top of it.
It looked like a deflection on the way and kind of killed that ball down instead of making it difficult to deal with. It was far enough away that McLaughlin's able to make the adjustment.
McLaughlin plays it away. Josh Erlinson was underneath it. Apanunu sends it well out of the stadium. The ball kids are going to have a hard time running that one down.
If your sunroof's open and you park behind the stadium, you may have a fresh new soccer ball.
Ohio State with it back on the ground through Sullivan, all the way back to McLaughlin. Approaching halfway here in the second half in just a couple of minutes. That one lofted forward into the box. Apanonu and Josh Erlinson, a nice job to shield and allow Brennan Graves to be able to pick that ball up once it crossed the 18.
Yeah, they want Borkovich to get on the end of it. You are allowed to shield back to the goalkeeper. You're really not supposed to play the player veer too much. I think the officials give you a little bit of latitude as long as you don't go too far with it and do keep moving towards the goalkeeper.
A little bit of incidental contact there. Ball went out of play. A throw-in coming for Bowling Green. Anaya out back to Didic. Apanonu right on the midline. Working through traffic. He's going to bring it all the way forward himself. Working towards the 18. Had it taken away. Went back to Josh Erlinson. Ball still in the air. And upended on the far side of the field was Sergi Martinez. Martinez went up for the ball, and it looked like he got tabletopped there. Up to get it, and Jansen was just up right underneath of him.
That's a tough one, though, at the same point, because Ohio State has a right to be there. Probably what did the Ohio State player is the optics of him bending down like that looks like he's the one really the aggressor, which if he would have stood straight up, that might be a foul the other way on Martinez instead, because Martinez actually went over him.
Anaya trying to get crafty on the outside. He's sent flailing to the ground. And another whistle. And Anaya's going to get a free kick out of this. And Bowling Green with Trace Terry, Joey Apanonu. A lot of size down in the box right now. Anaya sent towards the box, backside over the crossbar.
Hard to get up over a ball and then to knock it down, but a great redirection underneath pressure.
And Cusimano got the head to it.
Yeah, almost might have dipped his head down too much, thinking he had to kind of go after it.
And I mean, such a unique goalie with the 6'4" frame of McLaughlin. I mean, you could see from the camera angle that his hands even come up over top of the bar.
Yeah, he doesn't have to jump, but he can jump if he wants to. Ball cleared the stands and parried right back down into the field.
Xavier Green a little slow to get up. The Falcons are back after it. The Buckeyes got to play a little bit of catch up here. Cusimano. Hard to the ground. Bowling Green kept the ball alive. Nichols back through the middle. Lacasco on the outside. Sent the ball off.
He thought Terry was going to make that run back in again. Instead, Terry was cycling back towards it and combined with them wide.
Ohio State going to make a couple of changes. Braden Durbin back in for the second time. And Ashton Bilo in as well. Bowling Green makes a change that they made in the first half as well. Jake Burgeon in for Alberto Anaya. McLaughlin in the middle of the field. Apanonu there once again. Trace Terry trying to get the ball away from Sullivan. All the way forward. Martinez almost able to get there. Graves comes well out of the 18. Ball all the way to the other end. Marco Remack trying to run the ball down. Dangerous pressure here for Bowling Green. And a foul going to be called on the Falcons. And Remack went pressure heavy there. He was after the ball the whole time.
He was, and so close to the goalkeeper. Almost got to McLaughlin in time. We'll see the replay right here. I mean, credit on the recognition, and then it got through. We'll see just a step off right there, and then coming through right there. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, okay, I don't get that. Yeah, I'm kind of the thought, if you're going to make a tackle, someone swings through, kicks the ball, and kicks your leg or foot, that's on you. But it is what it is. It definitely looks bad in real time. We've got the advantage of replaying in a perfect angle, thanks to the camera crew there. That the officials just don't get.
As McLaughlin sends everybody along, a reminder that Sports Nightly is your source for local sports 365 days a year. Mark, Britt, and Joel have you covered. Stories, highlights, and interviews every night at 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. Remack in there once again. Falcons trying to get the ball back. Indeed, they have it. Bowling Green breaking out. Trace Terry tried to play it towards the middle. Back out to the corner it goes. Bowling Green trying to keep the pressure up, see if they can't get another chance with the ball. Ohio State working through the middle of the field right now. Grinstead outside. Velios. Back to Wooten. Wooten goes to the far flank. Strong passing sequence, working the ball forward for the Buckeyes. All the way out front, cross toward the middle. Nice deflection by the Falcons.
Official says well-timed shield on that, and I don't think the Ohio State coaching staff agreed. As long as you're close enough to play the ball, you can shield that thing all day long.
Ohio State just outside the box. They continue their attack. Dedich, Erlinson, and Remack able to send it the length. All the way back to McLaughlin, well outside the box. Off to Sullivan. The Bowling Green back three, head back quickly. Apanonu defending down in the corner. Durbin and Apanonu battling. Foul going to be called on the Buckeyes. Just another hard battle won by Joey Apanonu.
On the ground and air, he's dealing with it. Right, we'll see right there. He's taking away the end line. He just, no matter what, doesn't want to go to end line, and then that's when the hugging starts. trying to pull back on Joey. He didn't budge, stood his ground, held his hand up, and the official made the call.
Graves came all the way over to the corner, and the ball never actually came back into play. Velios throwing it into Grinstead. Got tangled up with Martinez. Martinez thought he was good to go, but Grinstead maybe sold it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely went down easy. Doesn't mean there wasn't a foul, but definitely went down easy, we'll say.
But that, too, is part of the game. If you can give your team an advantage, you got to do it, right?
That's right. As some people say, they think sometimes the officials need a little help. Sometimes that's embellishing, and sometimes that's giving constructive criticism.
A look there at Eli Shope, another one of the local products, coming back into the contest. So is Andrew Schaefer. Bowling Green throws upfield. Trace Terry underneath of it. Demian. Now on the other side, Shope forward, finds Terry. Trace Terry back to Eli Shope. Bowling Green into the box. Shope tries a shot that goes wide.
Went far post, had Terry making that run as well. So if he would have missed it farther, maybe Terry gets on the end of it. But in the end, great run by Shope. Tries to take it fast before everyone gets set up.
And then a collective groan for the Bowling Green faithful.
Yep. A really nice combination, though. Going really fast, getting that ball back on the Shope's foot to have a go.
Down into the final 15. McLaughlin putting it back in play. All the way forward. Xavier Green bouncing back toward the middle, gets it through traffic, finds Lawrence Wooten, lofted into the box. Graves comes out to save. And Graves was well out of the net here. But he did the important thing. He got his hands on the ball.
Yeah, he felt that he could get pretty big right there, close down the space quick enough that Durbin's not going to be able to turn and get a good shot on.
Trace Terry working through traffic, but it got to McLaughlin first.
And all the little extra stress that Terry puts McLaughlin under and those backs under, Remick does the same thing, puts him under. That means when they go back this last 10-minute push, the guys that just got a little 10-minute breather.
Miscommunication between Wooten and Velios.
And Masters going to go right back up top to a back line that's just been chased for the last 10 minutes.
Masters back in, Anaya back in, Cale Nichols back in. And I believe the entire starting line back out there for the Falcons.
That last ends up being a 13-minute push in the end, but that last push of the game. And that's something, too. The last game, you give up that last goal, or the only goal, I guess, you've given up all year. Less than 2 minutes left in regulation. It's something you want to be careful anyways. As a coach, you're always looking at those mixes of players. Did your starters get enough rest? Are they capable of contributing at the end of the game, or do you need to go another way?
Grinstead to Wooten outside. Borkovich. Now back to Velios. Wooten. Velios once again. Borkovich. Ohio State keeping it on the ground. Velios gets around Anaya. Back into the middle. That's Durbin. Bowling Green almost able to take the ball back. Not quite. A lofted shot. That one carries to the top of the fence here at Cochran Stadium.
You're going to see after Graves strikes this ball, the heat map is just the middle third, right side of the field. If you're putting it back from the Falcon side, everyone condensed into that spot.
Ohio State going to get to the ball. Velios. Masters applying the pressure. Velios has to go back to Sullivan. Sullivan now across to Demian. The two center backs will play catch. Now to Wooten. Now there's Grinstead up through the middle. There's a shot deflected by Didic. In another spot where Didic does a really nice job, but also a really dangerous play created too, in the sense that Graves was already going to the far side.
Yep.
And if Didic makes the wrong connection with that ball, that could very easily end up as an own goal.
Yep, that's exactly the situation right there. That's what so much in goalkeeper training, you're trying to say, keep on the feet as long as possible. Don't commit, because those last second deflections can come from anywhere, sometimes from the opponent, sometimes from your teammates.
Parker Grinstead out of the corner, backside. Wooten was on the end of it, but Bowling Green sent it away. Newcomer into the game for the Buckeyes, Donnie Williams. All the way back, Demian. Now Gile. There was Williams, who played it forward on the outside. Streaking down towards the box. Contact made, and a foul going to be called in the box. A penalty kick coming up for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and that's disappointing because Joey Apononu had read that he was coming across. At first, he wasn't on it that fast, but they sped up once he realized it was going to be an issue. And I think he was going to be there.
And Dedich trying to run down from behind, and there, contact with the arm, leaned out just a little bit. And that's taken one for the team right there for Xavier Green. He immediately came up.
Yeah, he knew what he just won. And then Dedich trying to work through some calves now, cramping-wise. Which that also makes sense why he was blown by like he was standing still now. If he was starting to cramp up a little bit. Because that was a significant pace difference on that collapse back.
And tonight may be Thursday, and we may be out here at Cochran Stadium for soccer. But tomorrow night, a reminder to get your football fix every Friday night on BCSN's Game Day Nation. Live look-ins from area games, plus highlights and analysis. Anthony Bellino, Mike Jewell, and Mike Robinson have it all covered every Friday night from 7 to 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. So Dedich going to get stretched out with a trainer on the field. But Chris, what are you emphasizing right now? Coaches getting a chance to talk to both their squads. Bowling Green still out here down around the box. Ohio State maybe game planning a little bit over on the side. But what's your emphasis right now if you're either Eric Nichols or Brian Masonoff?
Well, the toughest thing is, if you're the Ohio State side, you can't just plan on making this. So it's like you can't make any more. You can't talk about adjustments we'll make, anything like that. It's got to be a couple of basic things that you've seen, because you can't get them in the mindset that we've already scored, because if you don't now, then there's going to be a big letdown. So it's going to have to be something that they've seen in the game, just irrespective of what's going on down this side, just almost ignoring there's a penalty kick going on. That being said, the only way that's different is if you're Bowling Green coach and you know that this kick taker played with one of your kids at this high school or club, you're trying to quickly get them to get the message to Graves about which way he's going. Does he like going right? Does he like going left?
Gaetano D'Argento coming in for Dedich as he'll go off for the moment.
I think probably what saved Dedich from a red card right there, in my opinion at least, is more like this because Joey Apononu was getting in between the ball and the goal. Otherwise, it's in my mind, a no question red card just because of where that foul was called. Once that foul is called, it's got to be a red.
Brennan Graves bouncing up and down. Lawrence Wooten to take the PK. Quick approach and nailed it. Top third, Lawrence Wooten puts the Buckeyes on top.
And that's big for him because against Cal Poly, he missed his PK. Luckily was calm enough to tuck it away off the rebound because it went off the goalkeeper, off the crossbar post, and all the touch it again. He roofs it though. Graves guessed down to his left, his own left, and you wonder if Wooten made that adjustment based on where Graves was going.
And if Wooten would have had that ball a little bit higher, it would have been near bar down.
Yep. And a little higher than that, it comes back, in which that's a live ball, but he wouldn't be allowed to be the first one to touch it.
But Wooten relieves the pressure for the Buckeyes and adds it to the shoulders of the Bowling Green Falcons.
I should clarify, by the way, since it was Wooten, I don't think any of the BG Falcons were on his team at Stoke-on-Trent, England, for Cardiff City Academy, but you do never know. I mean, some of them at least have watched Wrexham FC, so at least they have a semi-idea of what goes on near Wales in soccer, but that's not an academy.
Graves away. Back out front, Bowling Green needing to make something happen as they find themselves chasing one on the scoreboard. Ohio State looking to add to their lead. Grinstead just outside the box. Lofts that pass in. Apononu to defend. Has some help there from Cale Nichols. Goal kick coming up for Brennan Graves. The Buckeyes going to make a change. Joachim Jansen coming back in as Graves plays it away into the middle of the field. Bowling Green trying to gain control, and they do. Moving towards the box. Contact out of play off the Buckeyes. Williams there to disagree with the AR. But a throw in nonetheless for Bowling Green. Into Anaya, back to the outside. They'll do it again.
And Bowling Green got switched to a long throw. At this distance, they're going to still need a flick somewhere outside that 6.
Apanonu still holding the ball in one hand. Long throw into the box. Donnie Williams right back to Apanonu. Low line drive that went well wide of the net.
That ended up not being helpful, but that was difficult to do. A bouncing ball like that, strike a ball like that. I think he had a little belief that it might go in, and after he struck it, he started to see that thing drop. Like, ooh, he did hit that well.
And we'll get a stoppage here. And again, everyone shifts over this time towards the left side of the formation for Ohio State.
There's that midfield heat map again. All now the left side, like you said, of Ohio State. They must love that area. But the key isn't to keep the ball in there. Ohio State wants to get that first hit and then get it out into space and have one of their players spring wide, like right here. They're hoping, but Bowling Green ruins all the hopes and dreams right there. And Nathan Masters battles out a ball.
Contact there. Nichols called for the foul. And down went Barkovich. Back we go. Sullivan forward, looking for Grinstead along the side. Not able to keep it in. Bowling Green going to go quickly. Apanonu all the way forward. Masters.
Oh.
A hand to the back. No call.
They got a wolf out of me.
The hands to Masters kept him on the ground. Contact there, and Masters going to be called for the foul.
He's going to call throw. In the end, I just saw the motion. He called throw then, but you're right. There was a quick whistle, but I think he thought better of it.
And Lacasco talking there. Anaya sent to the ground. He covers his head as there were a lot of bodies in the area. Lacasco back to Apanonu. Time winding down for Bowling Green to try to get the equalizer. Nichols has it taken away by Sullivan. Throw in for Josh Erlinson into the middle of the field. Apanonu has some space. Borkovich up front. Down into the box, Terry just outside. Masters goes up to it. Ohio State still has it. Down near the corner, it'll be a throw-in for Bowling Green. And we'll get a stoppage. And a cramp, it looks like, potentially for Lawrence Wooten.
This is a textbook smart tackle. Really smart tackle by Anaya. No contact with the player. He's blocking the player, trying to knock that ball. Worst case scenario, he gives up a throw in. And then I think some people are frustrated right away, like this was time wasting, but this was actually in the best interest of Bowling Green because now they have time to get the numbers where they want. They can set up a throw in. They can change it up a little bit. They don't have to burn 20 seconds getting Joey up here for that throw. So it's actually much to their advantage. And now you can tell by how long he's down. That's a real cramp. He wasn't just trying to kill the clock.
Wooten's still getting looked at by the athletic trainer here for the Buckeyes. Both teams getting a chance to discuss things over. Now they're all out in formation, maybe exchanging some chirps.
And they've already showed that they need a sub for Wooten. He's not going to be able to keep going. I mean, that's 5 minutes. That's a pretty quick amount of time to be able to recover from something like this anyway. So they're not going to play short. They're bringing in the 11th player immediately.
Crowd on their feet.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was a little bit taller than 5'1". On a throw right now, game on the line, 5 minutes left. You might bring a big boy in, even if you're going to bring him out after this throw in the next rotation.
Apanonu with the ball. He's going to wind it up all the way back to the rope that surrounds the field. Down into the box. Buckeyes play it away. It'll be another throw.
And Ohio State respected his throw too much, so Erlinson wide open.
Backside. Ohio State got to it out of the air. Masters up to it. Lofted back into the box. And just not the connection for Trace Terry.
Yeah. You want to get through that ball or on top of it, not underneath it.
Shope did a nice job to loft it in. And Terry, just the wrong spot on the dome. Under 5 minutes to play. McLaughlin sends it out. Apanonu wins it. But Velios was right there for Ohio State. Gile as well. Anaya goes up, sent to the ground after contact with Grinstead. Xavier Green works it across the field. Shope tries to get it back. Now the Buckeyes have the numbers. Into the box. Green tries a pass. Apanonu slides to the ground as he sends it out of play.
We'll see right here. Watch when Joey decides to turn. Right there. He reads the turn as the play is going. Gets his body to the side of the ball. One step and clear. Very cerebral.
And a signal, I believe, for the trainer once again is Joachim Jansen appears to be down. Indeed, trainer will come onto the field. Did you know that BCSN has an all-new podcast? It's the BCSN Nation podcast. Brennan Goforth and Justin Feldkamp will be joined each week by a rotation of guests for all things local sports. Each new episode drops Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. You can listen to it on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcasts. Just search BCSN Nation. Well, Chris, we are down to crunch time. Ohio State with a PK goal from Lawrence Wooten. On top, 1-0 right now. Bowling Green has just over 200 seconds to try to even this thing back up.
Tell you what, and there's a lot. There's a lot of time left for two good possessions. How's that sound? There's not a lot of time left for more than that, though. So if you get two solid ones, it makes sense. If you can't, you can't at that point.
Ashton Bilo going to come back in for the Buckeyes as Jansen goes off. Williams throws in for Ohio State. Bowling Green needing to press the issue on the far side of the field. Ohio State still with it, lofted down towards the corner. Apanonu makes contact there as he was moving towards Graves slowly, and he was run into at full speed. Josh Erlinson forward. Trace Terry right there. Jensen Lacasco plays it to the outside. Back to Lacasco in the middle. Anaya outside. Josh Erlinson across. Lacasco once again. 3 even to play. Into the box, and McLaughlin picks it out of the air, and he'll go down to take a couple extra seconds off the clock.
Power dive just to be safe right there by McLaughlin. But there was a little deflection on that as well. So who knows where that service was going to go if it just got out just a quarter second sooner.
McLaughlin, a low line drive this time. Erlinson steps in the way. Masters comes to the ball.
Could be an offside. They came back from offside position. I was wondering about it earlier, and I definitely saw in that last play. I stepped out of the press box to see it. McLaughlin actually, he's carrying that ball across the top of the 18 for his side kicks when he does a side kick, which seems a little risky up 1-0. Go ahead and take that extra step inside the box before you let it go. But official hasn't seen anything miss with it yet.
Erlinson to it. Now Lacasco. Jensen Lacasco getting crafty through the middle towards Anaya. Anaya to the outside. Shope once again going to have an opportunity. Shope down towards the box. Toward McLaughlin. Tipped away.
BG saying tip. Officials saying no, it's a goal kick.
Indeed, a goal kick awarded to McLaughlin.
Didn't know which one, but one of those two sides was just saying it hopefully.
Shope and just by McLaughlin.
I want to see someone like Terry just lay out for you. You're not going to get there anyways. Just slide just in case. You never know. He's been close a number of times, though.
It'll go all the way back to Graves. 1 minute and 15 seconds now. Graves picks it up. A long throw to Erlinson. Seating side of the field, down into the box. Terry was right there. Masters takes one off the dome. Anaya will run in and force McLaughlin to pick it up. McLaughlin sends it as high into the air as he can get it and out of play. Nichols to throw in into the middle of the field. There's Lacasco. 30 seconds to play. Donnie Williams will throw it in for the Buckeyes. No, he'll set it. Nope, picks it back up. He is going to throw it in. 20 seconds to play. Apanonu in front of it. It'll come all the way back to Graves. Knocks it down. Sends it forward just outside the 18. One out of the air by the Buckeyes. Apanonu slides in. One last chance. Halted in traffic. Nathan Demian seals the door the final time, and the Buckeyes have their second victory of the season. A 1-0 victory over the Bowling Green Falcons here on the road.
Tell you what, pressed to the end, though, weren't they? All the way to the end, and not a lot of solace in the loss, but I'll tell you what, you have a university the size of the Ohio State University come to town, and they celebrate like that after getting a 1-0 win narrowly. You at least know you're doing some things right. Not enough to get in the scoreboard, but a lot of things right this game.
And here is the difference maker. A late foul call in the box on Dedich. And right there, you could see right away Xavier Green was pumped up, and Lawrence Wooten knocked home the game winner on the PK.
Yep, and great for him rebounding off the missed PK in the last game against Cal Poly. He did again get the rebound, but this one he gets it clean off the first. And that's big for him and his confidence to keep going as they continue in the season as well as into the Big Ten regular season, just a few games away.
And on the other side, if you're Bowling Green, we mentioned that Coach Nichols although they hadn't gotten the result that they wanted, Bowling Green was really happy with the way they played the first 2 games, and I think that when you look back at this game as a coaching staff, that's probably going to be the case for tonight's game as well.
You asked me the same thing. Let's look at the positives, but at some point we need to get the result, right? That's what it's about at some point. So all those positives, line those up, and then find a way. Where do we leave the results on the table? What can we do to change those? Obviously, you've got to finish your PKs when you get them. You've got to finish those chances in the final third as well. But overall, very entertaining game and a lot of things to push forward into the next game.
So it was an interstate battle, and the advantage goes to Ohio State. They'll win this one by a final score of 1-0 over the Falcons. This has been a production of Buckeye Broadband, and on behalf of my broadcast partner Chris Black and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Lowe saying so long, and thanks for watching.